Hello guys, it's Josh from Scarebox. Today I'm talking about Screamland Margate 2017. Now, you might have hopefully watched the last one, but if you didn't know, Screamland Margate is was an event at Dreamland Margate in Kent. Now I went there 2017, and I really missed the event, so I want to reminisce to the old days. Not many people are going to watch this. It's quite a niche video, kind of for me, to be honest, mostly. 2017, the year before that, they had some really strong mazes, a lot of unique mazes as well. But 2017, things changed a lot. Like, they changed basically most of the mazes. They cut off about 3 of them. They only brought back 2. They brought back 3 technically, but the third one they changed the layout completely, so you can barely like, it's nothing like the maze last year. So just in the name it's the same, and then they have 2 new mazes altogether. So look at the mazes. The first 2 are the returners, which is the sort of the double feature of the final cut and Dead End Breakfast. 2 mazes again, like I said last time. Sort of one massive space. You do final cut, little break, then Dead and Breakfast, exact same building. The final cut is the most similar to, is the most untouched maze, and it was pretty damn good last year, or the year before, sorry. So fair enough, it was great. A lot of weird sets, like kind of like this big plant thing, like Day of the Triffids, tilting table, a lot of very unique moments, like alien costumes. Generally a really, really good maze, and the start as well is quite well themed with the kind of cinema-esque. I remember as well a lot of fog. As soon as you enter the squeeze bag into the movies, quote unquote, there's a lot of fog. It felt very epic. Quite cool journey. Dead and Breakfast this year, I didn't like it. 2017, I thought it wasn't that great. Kind of lacked the threat. I know it had a new threat with like Tagash Lil's new man having a chainsaw and shit, but it didn't really translate that well, and it felt a bit understaffed. It didn't feel very punchy, and yeah, didn't like it that year, to be honest. The other maze that is technically returning but not really is Festino's Festival Freaks. This changed location completely. The layout is nothing like it was. A lot shorter, a lot smaller. Gave me somewhat Big Top vibes, but not quite as good in my opinion. Very tight corridors. It has one section where you kind of had like this kind of like open maze, where you could actually get lost, and the actors seemed to be wanting you to get lost. They kept sending us the wrong direction for about 4 minutes. Quite a fun maze, though I wouldn't call it great. It was very like mid, but it had some cool ideas. But the clown maze before that was a lot better, to be honest, so I wouldn't rank it that high. Sorry guys. So the next maze you had was the Brotherhood, which was a kind of, again, quite a mid, not offensively bad hooded maze, but not a great one either. Just kind of alright, you know. It had a good ending. The finale was good, but the maze itself felt a bit long and a bit uneventful, and yeah, honest. And then this attraction I've been waiting to talk to you for about a while, The Legend of Crank Jack, sorry. And this maze was really, really unique. It just had this kind of weird idea, and it's very basic and it's very simple, but you know what? It works so damn well. And the maze itself was quite low-key. It was a little marquee, basically no theming outside. You know, I went in expecting not too much, and I got a really weird maze. The attraction, basically you start the maze crawling, and this crawling section goes on for a while. Like, it is a good 3 minutes of the maze just crawling, and a lot of actors have these like random sort of actor holes and come out at ground level, actors from above you opening panels. So pretty scary actually, because you felt quite exposed, because you had actors above you and in front of you, and you never quite knew when the ceiling was going to open up, basically, which is quite scary actually. really unique idea, brilliant actor holes as well. Very out of the box, which I think Screamland last year did quite a lot with, like, the Paradise Foundation. These sort of scare mazes that kind of don't play by the rules. You know, the Paradise Foundation kind of had this, like, less about scaring the customer and more about disturbing the customer. This maze was less about, I feel like it sort of put you in a very weird position for a scare maze, which is, again, pretty damn cool. Once you get up off the ground, it feels like eternity, by the way. You end up crawling for so long, you get to stand up and you're like, thank fuck, that's over. The brilliant section though, by the way. The ending section was sort of these corridors with a bunch of dead ends, which sounds actually like pretty awful design, but actually quite good. The actors were really confusing us. Sending us in circles. They were batching groups quite slowly, so that meant a lot of time. There was no bottlenecks. Pretty well batched, to be honest. Brilliant attraction. And the actors had horns, which is pretty annoying and also quite scary, as they come out of the dark, they horn in your ear, and you run outside. But yeah, this was a really strong maze. I think it was the best maze at the park. And it's pretty crazy because it was really simple. It's probably the most simple of all the mazes at this park, and for some reason it was the best. And another one I kind of forgot to talk about is the Mirror Maze, which is barely a maze, let's be honest. But this one was a lot better than last year. Again, quite a short little mirror maze, but had some great impact scares. It was fair enough, to be fair. So that was Screamland. I think this year, 2017, was worse than the year before. But you did have some crazy ideas, like the Legend of Crank Jack was pretty damn good. That was a really strong, unique scare maze. The other ones sort of hit and miss. Bestino was quite good. Brotherhood was alright. Final Cut was brilliant, I guess. But yeah, definitely some a variation in quality compared to last year's quite strong Big Four. That's my opinion, guys, on Screamland. It was a good event, but I do think please come back. Like, it's such a unique event. Even when the mazes weren't that great, they still had some really crazy ideas, which is pretty cool. But yeah, enjoy, guys. Bless you. It's Josh, and like, dislike, subscribe, don't subscribe.